Remember when Chen demolished that arrogant bully Wenhao in front of the entire elite class? Well, what happens next is absolutely insane. But first, this is part 2 of our epic series. If you missed part 1, pause right now and check my channel for the previous chapters. Trust me, you don't want to miss how Joe made a deal with an actual demon and got his crazy powers. Link in the description and pinned comment. Now let's jump right back in. The next day, Joe meets teacher Jean, the only instructor for the advanced class. The outer halls are run down, but inside it's like a world-class gym. Joe meets his new classmates. A red-haired hothead named Wenhao immediately challenges him to a fight. Claiming Joe used connections to get in, Joe accepts without hesitation. In the arena, Wenhao unleashes his signature windhook kick, a D-rank combat technique. Joe blocks it, but realizes these combat techniques are no joke. Still, Joe effortlessly dodges Wenhao's attacks and ends the fight with a gentle tap to his nose, asking if that counts as victory. Everyone's shocked. Wenhao is an elite with professional training, yet this newcomer just demolished him. After the match, 2 students approach Joe, Chen, the team leader, and Sue, pink-haired girl. They welcome him to the team and explain that combat techniques are special abilities learned from scrolls or memory stones. Joe asks if there's a fast way to make money. Chen mentions the Blackwater District, though it's forbidden for students. Joe decides to check it out anyway. He desperately needs the cash. Joe arrives at the Blackwater District, a lawless area where anything goes for profit. He's immediately spotted by goons who assume he's a rich kid in disguise, easy prey. Joe knocks out their leader in one hit. As the others attack, a mysterious girl intervenes, dropping crates on them and pulling Joe to safety. The girl acts like she knows him, then panics, remembering she needs to lay low. Joe thanks her but says he's here to make money. After she leaves, Joe buys a mask to hide his identity. A local tour guide approaches and leads him to an underground fighting arena. Joe enters the tournament. The prize money is substantial, and he's confident he can win. The underground arena, Joe demolishes every opponent in a single punch. The crowd thinks it's boring. The club boss, realizing he's being hustled, arranges a special match. They unleash the Niflin, a terrifying monster known as the Freak. The crowd gasps. Even the mysterious white-haired girl, watching from the stands, wonders how Joe can possibly survive this. Joe stares into the creature's eyes and his instincts scream danger. This thing is a real threat. The monster charges. Joe barely dodges a lethal strike and realizes he needs to get serious. He borrows strength from the demon and punches the monster into the ground, but it's not dead. It attacks again, barely giving Joe time to react. His strongest attack barely scratched it. Joe breaks off one of the monster's claws and uses it as a weapon, slashing its neck. The wound isn't deep enough to kill, but now he can fight back. The monster releases steam as a distraction and attacks from multiple angles. Joe's taking damage and time is running out. He concentrates, locking onto the monster's location. He grabs its arm and cuts it clean off. Just as he's about to land the killing blow, his borrowed time runs out and his heart starts to hurt. The monster disarms him and lashes out with its tongue for a lethal strike, but Joe refuses to give up. He pushes past his limits, borrows strength again, grabs the monster by its tongue, swings it into the air, and literally rips it apart with his bare hands. The club boss tries to change the deal, offering Joe only a quarter of the prize money. Joe's murderous aura alone makes the man sweat. When the boss pulls a gun, Joe disarms him instantly and snaps his finger. The bodyguards draw their weapons, but Joe tears through them like paper. He escapes with the cash, but his body is hitting its limit. The white-haired girl helps him escape through a hidden tunnel. Joe makes it back to his apartment and collapses, unconscious for 2 days. Joe wakes from a nightmare about his mother apologizing for not having the strength to stay by his side. The demon scolds him for being reckless, warning that he can't bring Joe back a second time. Joe needs to value his life. Joe opens the briefcase stacks of cash. At least his debt problems are solved for now. Hospital getting his wounds treated. Joe notices something strange. The medicine bottle is glowing. The doctor insists it's ordinary, but Joe can clearly see energy flowing from it. He realizes he's awakened the ability to sense star energy, a game changer for absorption and training. As he leaves, Joe passes a man radiating an intense green aura. The man briefly senses he was scanned but shakes it off. On his communicator, someone demands he track down the alien star, a boss-tier threat that needs constant monitoring. The green-haired man smirks, confident he can crush any enemy. Back at school, the principal scolds Joe for skipping classes but softens when he realizes Joe isn't in trouble. He offers the school support if needed. Chen and Sue present Joe with 300,000 they pooled together for a combat technique. Even Wenhao offers 50,000 as an apology. Joe's touched but says he's changed his mind about buying techniques. The group becomes solid friends, training together intensely. Joe discovers that duel matches boost absorption rates dramatically, so he spars with multiple people at once. During training, Joe decides to test something risky. He activates borrow power and tries to slowly absorb the concentrated energy instead of using it all at once. Massive waves of aura erupt from his body. His friends shield themselves from the overwhelming pressure. Even the demon appears, shocked when they measure Joe's power. He's become a level 3 oracle. Coach rushes to tell the principal. Joe is the first level 3 oracle their school has seen in years. Time flies. The competition day arrives. The whole squad arrives at the massive venue. Sue's excited, Shen's showing off his knowledge, and when Hao's salty he didn't level up in time to compete in Joe's bracket. The principal and coach arrive at the VIP area, finally experiencing luxury. Other principals mock them for being hillbillies, but the principal confidently predicts victory. In the stands, the class rep cheers nervously. She remembers how kind Joe was to her, reassuring her that friends are forever regardless of rank. The tournament begins. Fighters are called to the stage. The idol Lillian co-hosts with the announcer. And the crowd goes wild. An S-rank oracle sets up a protective barrier around the ring. His casual display of power is absolutely terrifying. The first matches proceed. Students showcase various techniques and abilities. Chen dominates with her ability-based awakening. Wang crushes his opponent in 5 seconds, earning recognition as the Blazing Oracle. Finally, Joe's match is called. His opponent is Lei, a prodigy who became an oracle at 12 and reached level 4 in just 4 years. He has a national certificate and guild invitations. The crowd goes absolutely wild for Lei. Meanwhile, the announcer awkwardly introduces Joe as just some guy from a no-name academy. Lei confidently says he'll start at 10% power since it's Joe's first match. But Joe tells him to fight normally. The match begins. Lei uses his speed to create multiple aftermages, attacking from all sides. Then Joe simply punches him in the face mid-attack. The crowd erupts. Did this nobody just hit the genius prodigy? Lei attacks again with lightning-enhanced strikes, but Joe remains calm. Lei's signature lightning kick approaches, and Joe counters with a single punch to Lei's face. Sending him crashing, the match ends almost instantly. Joe wins, everyone's stunned. Coach Gigia can't believe an elite like Wenhao lost to Joe. Yet Joe just demolished someone even stronger. Tournament officials suspect Joe of cheating and force him to take a test. The results confirm he's legitimately level 4, no drugs. No tricks. The crowd goes wild, realizing Joe is the real deal. In the semifinals, Joe knocks out his opponent instantly. The principal is swarmed with praise from the same people who mocked him earlier. The final semi-final features Chen versus Wang. She fights valiantly, but Wang is brutal, beating her mercilessly even after she loses. As Wang prepares to finish her off, Joe rescues Chen at the last second, calling Wang out for his bullying tactics. Joe faces Wang in the finals. Both fighters unleash massive auras in a clash of wills. Wang attacks first, but Joe tanks the punch without budging. The two powerhouses exchange blow after blow at incredible speed. Joe plants a massive uppercut into Wang's jaw. Wang activates his blood rage arts, pushing his level up. The demon explains. Wang is forcing star energy into his body to boost strength. Dangerous but not technically cheating. Joe activates borrow power as well, and his level rises to match. The two fighters clash again. Joe reads Wang's attack pattern and identifies his weak spot, the heart. He drives an elbow into Wong's chest, then follows up with a devastating combo. Wong pushes his blood arts past its limits, refusing to accept defeat. Joe charges his fist with pure star energy. Wong does the same. Their fists collide in a massive explosion. When the smoke clears, Wong collapses. Joe is the last one standing. Lady Oracle Academy claims first place.